From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
You want to go where to buy a new refrigerator? Steve's A to Z Appliance in Cottonwood? In Cottonwood? Just a 10-minute drive. And they'll save us money. New and used, honest, reliable, factory-trained repair service and parts, and they'll save us money. And dispose of this thing? We gotta make the short drive to Steve's A to Z. Thanks, son.
Steve's A to Z Appliance, front and main streets in Cottonwood. Drive a little, save a lot.
Good morning, everyone. I want to remind you that, of course, the main focus here at Weather NorCal is weather. We want to keep you prepared, know what to expect here when it comes to the weather, but I've also got some special programming in there. I want to have a little fun along the way. I love Turtle Bay. I love what they do over there, and I think you do too. And I have a segment called Turtle Bay Wonderful World of Animals. I sit down and talk with Sharon Clay, and we talk about an animal that they have out there. You can check out all of the episodes we've had since day one. It's been going on since Weather NorCal started. Go to weathernorcal.com, click on the animal family section, and you're good to go. You can watch any of the episodes. I suggest you check it out. All right, we have got a big heat wave that's heading our way, at least the first heat wave of the season. So the bigger heat arrives today. However, that being said, nothing quite as, we've been hot, right? We've been looking at temperatures upper 90s. That's about what we're seeing. Some of us in the valley could possibly see 100 degrees for the first time this year. But really, it's Wednesday, Thursday, I think we'll see the peak of that heat wave. And then fire danger will also be increasing. The winds are picking up, the heat, right? It's the combination of everything that's really going to increase that fire danger. But we do expect a slight drop in those temperatures going into the weekend. So your neighborhood forecast at a quick glance here for today. Temperatures, again, some of us could touch 100 degrees here today in the valley. Otherwise, 80s in the higher elevations. And here's a quick look at your forecast for everyone today. Again, right around 100 degrees in the valley. We've got temperatures mid to even some upper 80s for some of the higher elevations. And for the coast, you're looking at temperatures low to mid 60s. All right, if that's what you needed for today to know what the forecast is, have yourselves a great day. But if you want to get really deeper into the heat wave, the fire danger, all of that, that's what's coming up right now. So we're going to start with the winds. The winds, not that bad this morning, but they will be picking up here later on this afternoon. We take you into your Wednesday morning. A little breezy out there. Still that north wind along the coast, but not that bad in the eastern mountains. Winds picking up by around midday Wednesday, and then they'll die down Wednesday afternoon, but still breezy in the valley. Still that north wind for the coast. As we go into Thursday morning, once again, still a little breezy out there, and still that north wind even along the coast as well. So we look at the humidity next, and the humidity, when we're down to 20% and lower, that's when you start having problems here. And that's essentially what we're looking at here for today, not to mention the heat. It gets even hotter on Wednesday, and those humidity levels are dropping as a result, teens and single digits in the valley. So when you factor in the heat, you factor in the humidity, and you factor in the winds, you've got high fire danger for today. Now, as I mentioned, the winds will be strongest on Wednesday around midday, and that's when we expect the highest fire danger. But as the winds die down Wednesday afternoon, you see how it kind of dies down a little bit. The fire danger not as high, but still high fire danger nonetheless through the day on Wednesday. Look what's happening in all the clouds that we've seen here. They're moving on out. That's because high pressure from the southwest is really starting to move in, and that's going to mean temperatures are warming up. There it is. There's that ridge of high pressure. It's building and building and building, but it's not moving northward right over us. The center of that dome of high pressure is off to our east. That's where the hottest temperatures will be, but it's still going to be giving us some hot temperatures here for this week. Now you'll notice it kind of just lingers around through the end of the week, and then by the weekend this cooler air is going to kind of ride over that ridge of high pressure. What that will do is break away at that ridge and allow our temperatures to drop, but keep in mind it will still be hot well into the 90s for the valley. Then our eyes are on this, a different ridge of high pressure. This one coming in from the same location, It's going to build, and you can see it's getting hot again as we get into the beginning of next week. So again, temperature is kind of increasing this week. We see a slight dip over the weekend. By early next week, we could be looking at another ridge of high pressure building in. Now, we do have looking at the temperature outlook, Climate Prediction Center still has us in that warmer than normal category. Not, something to be expected, right? All right, so you're hearing about heat advisories, excessive heat watches, excessive heat warnings. What do all those mean? Well, a heat advisory is issued within 12 hours, and when the high will be 100 plus for 2 days. An excessive heat warning, which is what we have right now, that's when we expect temperatures to be 105 or higher for at least 2 days. And that's essentially what we're looking at here. And also, it doesn't always play, the biggest factor, but if those nighttime temperatures have a hard time dropping below 75 degrees. Now for us, I think we'll see that, but we'll be looking at upper 60s and low 70s. Pretty mild, warm temperatures even in the overnight. So there you can see, there is the excessive heat warning, because at least in the valley, we are expecting temperatures of 105 degrees and higher for most of us. And the Weather Service also issues a heat risk. The areas in orange is essentially where we are today. That's moderate. That's saying it affects most people that that are sensitive to heat, number one, but also don't have proper way to stay cool, such as air conditioning, for example, and a way to hydrate. Maybe they don't have enough water. Then we go into Wednesday, and now, tomorrow, we're all in the red, right? We're looking at a major heat risk, and that affects anyone who doesn't have proper cooling or hydration. That'll be the case again on Thursday. And then as we go into Friday, you see how we're starting to see the reds move out. We're getting back into that moderate heat risk. So again, that peak will be Wednesday, Thursday, and then of course the temperatures start to drop slightly going into the weekend. And just to kind of give you an idea, and I showed this map yesterday, but just again, a quick reminder, the number one weather-related fatality from 2023 was from the heat. Now again, a deeper dive into this, and none of them were in California. Most of them were in the desert Southwest, around, say, Arizona, Nevada, for example. But it shows that the heat can have a really big impact and that you really need to take care of yourself. So some friendly reminders when we're talking about the heat. Number one, most heat-related deaths occur outside of heat waves too. So even when there's not a heat wave, you can still have heat-related deaths. So you've got to stay weather ready. Avoid overexertion and stay hydrated. Heat stroke can occur even during moderate heat. All right, so we're going into a major heat wave, so heat stroke is going to be even a better possibility. Never leave people or pets in a vehicle. Hot car deaths, they're all year round. Even when the temperature is only 80 degrees outside, the temperature inside that car can get very hot. And assist those who are at higher risk for heat-related illnesses, including children, pregnant people, older adults, and of course, we can't forget about our pets as well. Make sure you take care of them. Make sure they have a way to stay cool as well. Here's the thing. We do have some afternoon clouds developing in the mountains, and the marine layer is approaching today to the coast. And eventually by tonight, we do have that fog making its way to the coast. That fog will probably dissipate going into Wednesday afternoon. Look at that. Maybe even a chance for a few thunderstorms developing here in the extreme eastern portions of California. And then we take you into Thursday. Once again, maybe a little bit of patchy fog here and there, but that should burn off pretty quickly through the day on Thursday. Wave height's not that bad of an issue here for today, but look at that. They're really starting to increase. And yesterday, I had indicated that looking at this, that there's a possibility we could see a small craft advisory. Well, not one today, but there will be a small craft advisory for your Wednesday. And again, that's because those wave heights are going to be increasing. Here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Temperatures upper 80s, even some 90-degree readings. Temperatures around 100 degrees Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for Weaverville, and probably Hayfork too. Temperatures low to mid-90s for the weekend, but then back up into the upper 90s by Monday. Your North Coast neighborhood forecast, generally in the mid-60s, give or take, for the coast for the next 7 days. So the coast is the one place you want to go during these heat waves because they're not going to be impacted by it, at least not to the same extent everyone else will be. You see, for the inland areas, we're talking upper 90s by the time we get into Thursday, and then mid to upper 80s for the weekend, and then back in the mid-90s by next Monday. Siskiyou County, temperatures today mainly in the 80s. Of course, those higher elevations to the north and east in the mid-70s. Also seeing that peak for Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, a little bit cooler, and then back to warmer weather by early next week. How about Modoc County, that is, at 80 degrees for Aden, 81 for Canby. California Pines about 82 and 83 for Alturas. And your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast could see some 90s in there. I think we could get right around 90 for Shingletown, 92 degrees for Paradise. Greenville about 91 degrees. And looks like Susanville about 87 degrees. Here's your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by NorCal Tractor. I mean, we're splitting hairs. If you're not 100, if you're not 99, you're going to most likely be 100 degrees today. 100 in Anderson and Red Bluff. Again, we're talking upper 90s to about 100 degrees here for that daytime high. And then, of course, you look at that 7-day outlook. It peaks Wednesday, Thursday, still hot on Friday. And then temperatures drop slightly for the weekend. There's your 7-day outlook for Redding. About 106 degrees for Wednesday, Thursday, 102 on Friday, 99 Saturday, back up to 100 degrees or higher come Sunday and Monday.
Everywhere I go, I'm riding with pride. I'm riding on my go-go. Watch me glide. Everywhere I go, I'm getting around. I'm riding on my go-go. All over town, I'm riding in style and feeling so right. It's easy to take and it's all so right. Everywhere I go, I'm riding on my go-go.
Everything Medical, your mobility experts.